If the job seeker is not thorough, he doesn't understand where am I applying and why am I applying for this particular job, then it doesn't make any sense. Even for the now, see, for that you need to understand how this hiring thing works. We receive 7,000 responses, 8,000 responses, 10,000 responses, right? So practically it is not possible for humanly, it is not possible, right? For us to scan all the resumes, right? Your resume is sitting in 7,000 applications. How would you stand out? The 10% that do get shortlisted, I would say how they have designed their resume, how their headline stands out. The companies are interested to work in people who are interested to work with the company. If there is a majority that focuses on random applies, okay, that's never going to work for you. And most of the people are seeking raw talent, right? Most of the organizations want raw people because one job posting from Capgemini or Infosys will attract, I don't know, 1 million applications. If you cannot communicate your ideas and thoughts, right, you would never be able to make it, all right, or you will be just an average employee. Because there are a lot of things that goes on in behind the scenes. I'm just telling you, spilling you some secrets. But see, I have always been a believer that if you hang out with 5 smart people, you'll be the 6th one. These are small hacks, but I think, longer run, you just have to improve your game. That's it. There's always and always building relationships and networking will take you that extra mile. If companies using technology, right, to filter, then the candidates can also use technology to make sure that they get selected. Why? If you get rejected for any reason, okay, do not take it personally because it's business at the end of the day. The day a job seeker thinks that it's just a business conversation, I think they have nailed it. Focus on your talent, focus on your personal brand, build your brand, right? Advertise yourself. There are job seekers. There is a percentage, I'll tell you, upon, and roughly it's 4 to 5% when they put their resumes, or even they get hired without even interviews. And we have a system which tracks everything. And the engagement level, we get a score. I don't think so employees know this, or job seekers know this.
Hi job seekers, let me ask you something. How many jobs have you applied to in the last 30 days? 10, 50, 100, and how many responses did you get? Most people I speak to say the same thing. I'm applying everywhere, but no one is calling me back. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not always the market. It's not always your experience. Sometimes it is how you're showing up in the hiring process. And what's worse, most candidates don't even know where they are doing wrong. They think my resume is good, I am qualified, I just need one chance. But hiring doesn't work that way. Today we are going to break this illusion, and by the end of this episode you will understand why your resume might be getting ignored, what actually gets candidates shortlisted, and how recruiters really think when they evaluate you. To answer this, I have brought someone who has rejected more resumes than most of the people will ever submit. Someone who has led hiring at scale, built high-performing talent teams, and consistently seen the same candidate mistakes repeated again and again. Let's hear it from Alok Singh, former talent acquisition manager at Compicom and winner of Top HR Innovator Awards 2025 at World HRD Congress. Alok ji, welcome to Let's Hear It From.
Thank you so much, Ajay, for having me on your show.
Yes,
Let me know how I can help you.
Sir, you have hired 700 plus professionals within a 49-day turnaround time. What is the single biggest mistakes candidates repeatedly make that cost them interviews?
I think, awareness, I would say, readiness. I think the research part that they do on their part, right? When, for example, let's say let's reverse the positions. I'm not a recruiter or I'm not a headhunter anymore. I'm a job seeker. Okay. So, how much I am ready for that job which I have applied for, or what are the preparations? What is the homework that I have done, right? Um, uh, I would be very, very honest and candid, here. If the job seeker is not thorough, he doesn't understand where am I applying and why am I applying for this particular job, then it doesn't make any sense. Even for the companies which are so smart these days, and the recruitment team, obviously, right? They have to be a step ahead. So rather than random applies, like I think most of the job seekers,
Yes.
they randomly get notifications from the job portals. Let's say some of the job seekers have also taken premium subscriptions, I'm sorry. So they just get notification, they just apply, right? Now I'm not saying every job seeker is like this. Sometimes there are job seekers who are well prepared, who are methodological, who do the company research as well, and still they don't get apt response. Now, see, for that you need to understand how this hiring thing works. Okay,
Yes.
let's suppose a company has a requirement. Now, at the ground reality, understand what happens. If we will post a job, okay? I'm going to take a very simple example. Let's say, we are posting if I'm into IT, I would say I'm posting a Java developer's role,
Right.
okay? Across all the platforms. So nowadays, ATS is integrated with so many job platforms. You just have to make one post and then, the post goes live, and then we receive 7,000 responses, 8,000 responses, 10,000 responses, right? So practically, it is not possible humanly, it is not possible, right? For us to scan all the resumes, right? I mean, yeah, on the flip side of it, let's say I'm headhunting. I am not going to seek people who have applied for a job, because there are certain things where a hiring manager is very specific that I want this particular skill and this particular experience and exposure, even in non-IT for that matters, right?
Right.
Even in non-IT, if I take an example in the engineering organization, they would say, I only need someone who has worked on Mercedes, for example, okay, as a project, and someone, because they might be creating the competitor or something, any possibility, endless possibilities, right? So as a job seeker, it is my responsibility to first go through the requirements, because without requirements, it's a step, right? Like step one is like a company is going to announce whether they have a requirement or not, right? So the first step is the requirement is there. Now it can be under on all the platforms or any platforms for that matters. So once you understand the job description, and now you say that, okay, I personally feel that I am the best candidate for this role, right? You have applied, okay? Now your resume is sitting in 7,000 applications. How would you stand out, right? Then I'll take you to step two now, where the best part happens. We have set a questionnaire, or we do set questionnaires to filter out the wrong candidates so that the right ones get in the picture. But even before that happens, based on the questions and the way you're answering them, okay, we always give you a portion or a text box where you can actually talk about yourself, right? Why do you see that you're the best fit for this role? Okay. Nowadays, most of the platforms are AI integrated. So they capture your responses, they capture the filters that we have put in. And the ATS does the magic for us, where out of 7,000 profiles, we get 70 top profiles. All right. With the ratings. Like, okay, this is 80% match, this is 97% match, this is, random numbers. Okay. So out of that as well, we just have a cutoff that our hiring manager is going to say, okay, Alok, we are going to seek only 70% match. Below that, reject everyone. So what happens is 6,300 profiles are already gone.
Right.
Right. So this is what is happening, Ajay. I mean, just to answer your question.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have in fact answered in a very technical way. Sir, moving forward, if you had to reject 90% of the applicants for one role, I think ATS has already done that. But then what, this is a very specific question. What differentiate that 10% who gets shortlisted?
So the 10% that do get shortlisted, I would say how they have designed their resume, how their headline stands out, right? That's the first thing any resume reader would read, right? Or any recruiter would read. So your headline is absolutely important. I still see traditional ways work really well. If you have a cover letter, that talks about why you should be hired. I think, an email, because every company these days have an email, right? You have applied for the job, you have applied on the careers page as well, but you're also reaching out, like, to the recruitment team, or, to the info at, I would say any organization name, you can put it there. This is something that shows that, how, interested you are. There is one more filter I would talk about, Ajay. In LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is recruiter's paradise. Okay. So I'm just telling you an insight. Okay. Very small button, but actually, if you say that you're interested in our company, okay, on LinkedIn, there is an option where you can say, I'm interested in this particular company. Forget about the ATS, forget about everything. The companies are interested to work in people who are interested to work with the company. Again, right? The companies are interested to work with people who are interested in the organization. As simple as that. Okay. They would be my first choice. Why? Because they already know the organization. They know the culture. They know, they have read it, right? And this goes to show. And I still feel there are only 2% or 3% of the population who are just using that filter in the entire job market, where I'm saying I have this top 10 companies and I'm interested to work with these companies. So I think that's where I think, just to be specific, I just gave a very small example. Right. But for those 10% people, or if you want to be in that category, I think, again, you have to be prepared, and you've got to show that why you need this job, right? And what can you do different, than other applicants to meet the expectations.
Absolutely, such an apt and insightful answer. Alok sir, I come across many candidates who are applying to 100 plus jobs and year back absolutely nothing. So what are they doing wrong structurally?
I think I've already answered that question. The 90% which randomly apply, but I think structurally, fundamentally also, I would personally say communication, how they communicate, right? And I'm not saying, so if there is a majority that focuses on random applies, okay, that's never going to work for you. Okay. So what are you doing additional? What are the skills that you have acquired? I would, let's say, we can categorize job seekers into different categories, because right now what we are doing is we're just having a very generic discussion. Okay. And if I, let's say, categorize the job seekers, so I would say, 0 to 5 years, let's put them in one category, 5 to 10 years in one, and then 10 plus years in a completely different category, right? And then you'll see how this changes as well, right? Maximum people that I still feel, and you can, relate with it, is when you started your career, that first job, right? That first job that people hunt for, it's so special always. And, that's where the tough part is, because, you might be smart after 10 years, 15 years, right? When you're having that kind of experience. But when you're starting, right, your career, you may be finding yourself in a space where, you are not that smart, to be honest. I mean, in general terms, right? Like, you're not experienced, you don't have the talks, you don't have communication of the corporate language, because you just passed out of academics, right? You're just raw, right? And most of the people are seeking raw talent, right? Most of the organizations want raw people because they want to set up something. For example, I was working with a company called InnoPlexus. Okay, now it's the first successful artificial intelligence company that was built, and we started in 2011. Like the boom has come now in like after
Right.
15 years.
After
And something we were
ChatGPT.
working in 2011,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
So
Yeah.
we were seeking raw talent. We used to go to the bestest of the minds in India. We were hiring across all the IITs, right? And then we were trying to find out the most sharpest minds, the raw talent, because we do not want someone who comes with an experience or a baggage of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, because they're very difficult to mold. So the company's requirement was hire fresh, capture them young. That was the theme that I had launched as a manager of talent acquisition. So that was very successful. I think, we started with 70 odd people, and I think in a span of 5 years, we grew to 700.
Wow.
Okay. So, and I think today now it's called Partex, and it's $1 billion company. We're doing really well. But that's the methodology. Every company is talking, every company is communicating. Okay. Are you listening? As a job seeker, are you listening? Now, moving back to categories, right? So 0 to 5 years, or I would say your first job, right? You need to be different, okay? You need to position yourself, because right now your competition is more in this phase, right? Because when you're just starting your career, you have endless competition. Like, there are so many. One job posting from Capgemini or Infosys will attract, I don't know, 1 million applications, right? So how do you stand out, right? So, and then there are different ways that the company is hiring as well, right? They are conducting mass drives. So strategy for bulk recruitment drive, what do? You have like 20 people, who get shortlisted out of 200 or 2000, classmates, or different universities, right? They come and compete there. So that's where I guess you will see that the candidates who are there are feeling that nervousness, right? How, if you're in their shoes, you'll actually feel, what should I say, what should I not say, how do I impress a recruiter in just a span of 2 minutes, or maybe would I even reach that stage, right? Because a lot of aptitude test goes in, a lot of tests goes in, right?
Technical
So
test, yes.
now the question is, we are talking about the problem, because then the answer will make sense, right? So these are the problems that our job seekers are seeking. Now, what is that needs to be done? I guess that's where our episode is more focused on. So what is it that you need to do? Number one thing, okay? Everyone likes a person who talks really well, okay? Irrespective of in which field you are in, a person, if you cannot communicate your ideas and thoughts, right, you would never be able to make it, all right? Or you'll be just an average employee. So first thing, stop being average, okay? Then you're not going to be in the competition any which ways, okay? We are not talking about below averages. So the below average category has to move to average. And if you're in an average category, you have to move into super job seekers. Now, when I say super job seekers, what does that mean? You are excellent in communication. You are able to present your ideas really well. Because most of the companies prefer people who can communicate, because they are the custodians, they are the brand ambassadors of the organization. If they are speaking with cross-cultural teams, the recruitment team does not want to take a burden saying that, hey, what kind of talent you hire. There are a lot of things that goes on in behind the scenes. I'm just spilling you some secrets, but actually the teams are evaluated, the hiring managers are evaluated, whether it's a wrong hire, right hire. The quality of hire is a matrix where majority of the companies are focused on, right? And when I say quality of hires, it is measured in terms of how many people were released because of their performance within 3 months of their hiring, right? So when that becomes a matrix of the organization, then you can only imagine the kind of quality that you need to bring to the table when you're sitting in front of the recruiter to give the interview, right? So if you're not prepared, again, my first word, your readiness. When I started this episode with you, I just said a word, how ready are you? Right? So it just sounds as one word, but I think it sums up everything. So you need to basically be confident, you need to have communication, you need to be a problem solver for the organization, right? Now the golden question is, okay, this sounds really great, but how do I do it, right? Now, as a job seeker who's, let's say, below average, like let's say I am below average, okay, but I really need to be good. How can I become average or super job seeker, right? That's the question that we need to answer. So have like-minded people around you, people who have the same problem. Okay, let's say Ajay and Alok are not able to communicate their ideas very well. Okay, we are job seeking, but we are getting rejected all the time. So you might be having 5 or 10 people likewise. Okay, or your classmates or your buddies or whoever they are. Okay, form a small group. Okay,
Always.
start with cross questioning each other, right? Let's say you become a recruiter and then I'll be the do role plays. Okay, and in that you will have, see, i I have always been a believer that if you hang out with 5 smart people, you'll be the sixth one,
Absolutely.
and if you hang out with 5 idiots, you'll be the sixth.
Sixth.
Right, there is,
As simple as this.
it works.
It works.
Okay,
Yes,
it's
yes.
as simple as that.
Yes, yes.
So the kind of reference group that you have, it's going to dominate the result. Okay, and if you're able to connect with the recruiters of the organization when you're following a company, okay, the recruiters might help you and give you insight what they need. For example, at an entry level, uh, let's say Ajay is running an organization and he has the talent there. Um, I would like to connect with Ajay and say, hey, I'm an aspiring future employee of, let's say, XYZ company, or take any example. I'm just telling you how we can handle that situation if I was them. So I would say I'm going to be future employee of your organization, and I just want to make sure that I do this rightly. What, according to you, I should work upon so that I get selected? You know what will this do to a recruiter? Well, that small message, it will tell me that this guy is committed. Okay, I may not have an opportunity for him today, but guess what? If I have an opportunity, I would like to speak with him when the opportunity presents itself.
Yes.
Okay. These are small hacks, but I think, longer run, you just have to improve your game. That's it. There is no secret. There is no shortcut. You have to develop your personality. You have to develop your communication skills. And again, this is luck factor as well, right? Because sometimes you might be the best of the candidates, but
Yes.
the ATS doesn't spot you. What are you going to do? System is also having its own flaws. So I'm not 100% defending the system. And that's why I'm saying stick to the old traditional way. Always and always building relationships and networking will take you that extra mile.
Absolutely, such an apt answer. Alok sir, you had just mentioned, that systems ATS may have some, flaws. So, no, considering this, I just, this question just, cropped up out of my mind. How can job seekers reverse engineer job descriptions to improve their shortlisting probability? Is it possible? And then, if yes, then how?
Technology. If companies using technology, right, to filter, then the candidates can also use technology to make sure that they get selected. Why not? So it's not that only companies are allowed to be smart, right?
Wow. Okay. Job seekers, he has actually spilled the beans. Yes, absolutely, sir.
It's important. You have to be smart. Otherwise, you cannot survive in this game.
Absolutely. Sir, you
The
were.
less I say, the better it is. Apart from this, I cannot talk more, but I think I have
But
given an
yes,
insight, quite an insight to all of them.
Yes, you have given the right message, without spilling the beans, actually. Sir, moving forward, I have also read, that you have doubled referral inflow through employer branding campaigns also. So what does that tell candidates about the importance of personal branding, in this current job market?
There are two things to this. Okay, one is we go in the market, we trust the trust, as they say. We rely on the trust that the market is going to give me good people, which eventually it does, and it may not as well, right? Chances are that I'm gambling. Okay, and that's how it works. But here is the thing, if you look at super successful companies, okay, like, who have built very strong teams, okay, they have a very good referral system,
Oh,
period. Okay, I mean, if my current employees are happy, right, there is no reason. Let's say if I'm treating Ajay really well, okay, wouldn't Ajay bring his best friends
yes.
also to work,
Yeah.
right? So that's the simple philosophy. I mean, a lot of good things are just simple, they just look very complicated and everything, but it's very simple actually. So for that, you need to make sure that you're treating Ajay really well, for example, right? So I have to treat my employees really well. As a head of recruitment, I make sure that I personally connect with my employees who I have hired, who our team has hired. And I think, over a period of time, you have that kind of bond, right? Where, it's just like, every job seeker has a very special bond with recruiters. Some job seekers hate us, some job seekers love us. Okay. So, what I'm trying to say is, people so it's again, if you get rejected for any reason, okay, do not take it personally, because it's business at the end of the day. Majority of the job seekers get frustrated, or they say that maybe I'm not good enough, or they think that maybe the company system is not that great, I'm the best, but the company is not able to recognize me. I would advise them to move away from the negative thoughts, okay? Because it is important that you trust yourself first, okay? The companies may have 10,000 different reasons or reasons for them to reject you, and one of them could be just simple as budget.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Right? Or it could be just any damn reason, right? You don't have to take it personally, because it's business at the end of the day. The day a job seeker learns this, he will start having real business conversations. And for me, I think, if we evade all the categories, the discussion between a recruiter and a job seeker, I think that bridge needs to be, built, I would say. The day a job seeker thinks that it's just a business conversation, I think they have nailed it. Then they will be talking like business owners, because at the end of the day, it is business,
It is business only.
right? I mean, I'm doing a job for my organization where I'm getting them best talent, and that talent is going to run the business. Right? So I need people who are business minded. What impact do I have on the business determines the person's success, and then the person's success, how successful he is, depending on that, the company's success is determined. Okay. So I believe that's where we need to keep the focus on. You be your best, you do the best, stop having negative thoughts, move to the next option. Still make sure that you're ending it on a very positive note.
Absolutely.
Even if the answer is yes or no, because don't burn the bridge that you might have to cross again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Alok sir, you just mentioned the importance of referrals in recruitment. But my question to you is again, how can someone without a strong network compete in this, referral market?
Not every time you have to be a good friend, okay, of someone to get hired.
Okay.
As simple as that. I mean, there is no long answer needed over here. See, at the end of the day, we won't hire you because Alok is Ajay's very good friend.
Okay.
Trust me, company doesn't work like this. Company will make sure that Alok is really great in terms of talent, in terms of budget, in terms of all the hiring manager's requirement, even if he's Ajay's brother.
Okay.
No. So at the end of the day, talent wins. Okay. So if you do not have a very good friend, don't get disheartened. Focus on your talent. Focus on your personal brand. Build your brand, right? Advertise yourself. I hate to use this word, but people think that I don't want to be a product. right?
Oh.
Job seekers think that I don't want to be a product. But yes, guess what? Who's buying you? Your thoughts, your energy, your intelligence is something that people will put a price on. Okay? So how much branding you have done about yourself? Are you able to sell your product? When I say product, I mean your intelligence, right? I mean, how many people will want to hire you? I will tell you this. There are job seekers. There is a percentage I'll tell you upon, and roughly it's 4 to 5% when they put their resumes, or even they get hired without even interviews.
Okay.
Okay. I just know that, okay, Ajay is looking for a change. He's so famous in the market. Okay, that hey, there are 10 companies who are giving him offer and cross negotiating it. Is that the value that you're bringing? Of course, it's going to take time. It's not going to have, you're not going to have that in one day, but you need to start from step one, right? Somewhere.
Absolutely.
So build your brand.
Yes, that's so important. So moving on to the next question, since you are spilling up the bills, tell me, honestly, what metrics do hiring leaders track that candidates are completely unaware of?
Oh, that's a good question. That candidates are not aware of.
Something, some subtle, behaviors, maybe.
I'm going to say cost of hire.
Oh my God.
They are not aware of it, but I think that plays a lot of it's a game changer actually in the recruitment business. But yes, now you're again talking in different categories, because a behavioral assessment is, of course, it is important, but it's not done at entry level. Okay, when we are seeking manager level or director level or senior level, then we actually keep a track of that. What's the percentage of follow up? There are tools now where actually they tell you the engagement level of the candidate who we are planning to hire. Every click that he makes in the system, because everything is system generated now, every response that he gives, how soon he has responded to a message of a recruiter, and how soon if he has missed a call, how soon he is called back, all of that is being tracked. And we have a system which tracks everything. And the engagement level, we get a score. I don't think so employees know this, or job seekers know this. Okay. So every time when you miss a call of a recruiter, call them back ASAP. If you are at a very influential position, or even for that matters, because every click and every response is being recorded. I mean, if you are applying for tier one organizations, right? And I'm sure there are some tier two organizations as well who value the employees really too much. Okay. For them, the engagement level should be above 80%, 85%. Otherwise, I have seen companies who have revoked the offer as well.
Moving forward, from a strategic workforce planning lens, which skills will become non-negotiable absolutely in the next 3 to 5 years?
So it's not a straight answer. I know you're looking for one, but it is not. One thing is very obvious and everyone knows it. I think it's AI, so I'm not going to, spend time building that. But apart from AI, I think, how effectively you are building the relationship or rapport with your team members. And for that, you need to really be headstrong, right? Because if you have a collective goal of company success and, your team success in your mind, you would develop that kind of mindset, right? I want to win, but I want others to win as well, right? I think most of the companies want to see that quality in the talent that they hire. So that's one is AI, second is relationship building skills within the team, with the clients, right? I guess that goes the extra mile, and that's one of the reasons probably why you are successful in whatever you choose to do. And lastly, are you a problem creator or a problem solver? Okay, there are two types of people. One will always create a problem, and one will always solve it. If you're in the former side, right, chances are that you'll keep on seeking job and you'll always be in the job seekers category. Okay. But if you're in a problem solving boat, I think every situation will just become for you a problem to solve. And I think that's what most of the companies see, problem solvers.
Absolutely. Sir, if you could give one brutally honest piece of advice to today's job seekers, something they may not like to need to hear, what would it be?
So if you want me to be brutal, then I would say get out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
Because I personally feel that a lot of people think that by clicking on few links, they're going to get a job. It doesn't happen like that. So get out of your comfort zone. You know, there is no replacement for smart work. Okay. And again, I would not suggest do hard work because again, you know, you have to be smart. But you have to put in a lot of efforts to get your dream job. And if you're not able to get a dream job, then at least a job, right? So first goal is to get a job. Second goal is to get a dream job. And, you know, till that time, you know, if that's where I guess, you know, your motivation lies, you need to be out of your chair. Once you're, you know, wake up early in the morning, do all your homework, start your day before everyone else does. So if you are, as one habit that you keep is, I'm going to start applying at 5 a.m. Okay. You're already 5 hours ahead of 80% of the competition. Right. Other job seekers will wake up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Some wake up at 1 a.m. also in the night to apply jobs.
Okay. Right.
So I think, you know, you would be 80% ahead of people who take this advice seriously. Wake up at 5 a.m., do your research, start your day early. You're already ahead of others.
Absolutely. Such an important piece of advice. All right, Alok ji, now it's time for rapid fire. Quick answers only, no explanations. First instinct. My first rapid fire question goes to you right now. Resumes or LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Okay. I knew this actually. Skills matters more or brand name companies?
Skill.
Applying to 100 jobs, is it a smart strategy or waste of time?
Applying to 100 jobs is a waste of time.
Yes, absolutely. We have discussed also. Referrals, is it necessary or overrated?
Necessary.
Cover letters, are they read or they ignored?
Honestly ignored.
Oh, I see. LinkedIn open to work, does it help or does it hurts?
Both actually, but
Oh my God.
helps more to the job seeker, hurts more to the employer.
Yes.
If that employee is valued.
Job hopping, is it a red flag or a smart move?
Tough one. I would say red flag for
Certification.
the organization. Because I'm speaking from, no explanation required, but I'm speaking from the organization's point of view.
Right.
Yeah.
Certifications, are they valuable or just cosmetics?
Must have. Very valuable.
Okay. Salary discussion in the first call, yes or no?
Yes. Expectation should be set from day one.
Okay. Culture fit, is it a real factor or just a buzzword?
It's not a buzzword. It's very real.
Oh, I see. Internal hiring versus external, which do you prefer?
Ask me. External always.
Okay, I knew this. My last rapid fire comes to you right now. First impression in an interview, decided in 5 minutes, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. Okay, viewers, if there's one thing this conversation makes clear, it's this: getting hired isn't random, it's predictable when you understand how decisions are actually made. Most people keep guessing, a few choose to learn how the system works, and those are the ones who move ahead. We'll keep bringing you more of these conversations, real insights from the people sitting on the other side of the table. So the next time you show up for an opportunity, next time you show up for an interview, you are not hoping, you are very well prepared. Until then, bye for now. Please take care and see you soon in the next episode of Let's Hear It From. Stay connected.